Engine oil is the only thing standing between you and a $4,000 repair bill. Get oil wrong, and you can quietly shave years off your engine and owe money you didn't plan for. I'm about to expose 11 expensive myths people still fall for. Stay with me, because at the end, I'll run a clear 5-year cost-to-failure model on screen, and I'll show the simple habit that helped documented work trucks survive past 700,000 miles without a rebuild. You're going to hear references to owner's manuals, oil life monitor data, teardown findings, and fleet maintenance records. Anytime I point to outside material, I'll list the exact document titles and dates in the description so you can verify for yourself. Myth number 1, the 3,000-mile oil change. That little sticker on your windshield is a reminder, not your law. A lot of newer engines are approved for longer intervals under normal driving, and the same manual will quietly warn that severe service, short trips, idling, towing, dusty roads often needs shorter intervals than that. Do this instead. Open your owner's manual to maintenance schedule, or check your oil life monitor if you have one. Decide honestly, are you normal service or severe service? Then follow that interval. The manual beats the sticker every single time. Drop your make, year, and engine in the comments so other owners can sanity check your interval. Myth number 2, thicker oil is safer. Sounds tough, sounds protective, sounds race car. Reality, in modern tight tolerance engines, oil that's too thick for your climate can move slower on cold starts. Most engine wear happens right at cold start. If oil is thick and lazy, metal hits metal before the film forms. Do this instead. Run the viscosity your manual calls for in your temperature range. If it says 5W30 for winter, you run 5W30 in winter. Tough sounding is not the same as better protection. Save this if you wrench in cold weather. Myth number 3, synthetic oil causes leaks. Modern synthetics are formulated to be seal compatible. They don't cause leaks. Here's what actually happens. Synthetic oil can clean out old sludge that was acting like a band-aid on an already worn seal, and now you finally see the seep that was forming anyway. Do this instead. If you notice a seep after switching, inspect the aged gasket or seal, replace what's worn, and keep running oil that meets your spec. Fix the wear, not the symptom. Have you ever had seepage right after switching to synthetic? Yes or no? Quick recap so far. You just dumped generic sticker advice, you protected cold starts with correct viscosity, and you learned synthetic didn't create leaks. It revealed a problem that was already there. Next, the color myth that scares everybody. Myth number 4, dark oil means death. No, oil darkens because it's suspending combustion byproducts. That means it's actually doing its job. Rubbing oil between your fingers won't tell you anything about metal content, fuel dilution, coolant, or oxidation. Panic color is milky, not dark. Milky can mean coolant in the oil. Let's park it now. Do this instead. Follow mileage, follow time, or follow the oil life monitor. If you're trying to extend intervals, spend around $40 to $50 on a used oil analysis kit. That lab can tell you where metals, fuel dilution, and coolant traces so you're not guessing. Screenshot this and test this weekend. Myth number 5, you can skip the oil filter. Skipping or reusing a clogged filter basically turns your engine into a sandblaster. A saturated or degraded filter stops trapping grit, and those particles recirculate through bearings and journals. Do this instead. Install a quality new filter every oil change. Before you put the new one on, make sure the old rubber gasket actually came off with the old filter. Lightly oil the new gasket. Spin it on by hand until the gasket touches, and then tighten exactly as the filter maker or the service manual specifies. Over-tightening or double gasketing can trigger an instant leak. If you always check for the old gasket, say done in the comments. Myth number 6, overfilling gives extra protection. More oil must be better, right? No. Too much oil can get whipped into foam by the crank. Foam is full of air bubbles. Air does not hold pressure, and air does not protect bearings. The worst part, foaming can make your oil pressure gauge lie to you. Do this instead. Add in stages. Pour what the manual says your engine holds. Start the engine briefly, shut it down, wait a minute, and then check the dipstick on level ground. Keep the oil level between MN and max, not above max, not a little extra just in case. Save this for your next change. Here's the mid-episode promise. In under a minute, I'm going to show you the most common way people destroy perfectly good oil before it even reaches the engine, and it happens right there on the store shelf. Myth number 7, miracle oil additives fix everything. This is the store shelf killer. Here's the trick. Today's engine oils already include a balanced additive package. Detergents, anti-wear agents like ZDDP, corrosion inhibitors, anti-foaming agents, all tuned to meet certifications like API, ACEA, or Dexos. When you randomly dump in extra friction reducer or high mileage booster, you can unbalance that chemistry. That can mean sludge, varnish, corrosion, or clogged passages. Do this instead. Skip miracle bottles unless your manufacturer specifically calls for an additive. Use oil that clearly states on the label it meets the exact spec your vehicle requires. Would you roll the dice on random PTFE or extra zinc? Yes or no? Myth number 8, you can't mix or switch oil types. You can switch between conventional, synthetic blend, and full synthetic, as long as the viscosity and the required certification match what your manual calls for. That said, certain low saps or manufacturer-specific oils shouldn't be mixed if the manual forbids it, especially for some modern turbocharged direct injection engines and diesel after-treatment systems. Do this instead. Match 2 things every time you top off: viscosity grade and required certification. The big flashy brand logo is marketing. The printed spec is what your engine actually cares about. Save this scene for roadside emergency top-offs. Myth number 9, only the dealer's oil brand is safe. Your engine cannot see logos. It can only see the chemistry spec and viscosity range it was built for. Many reputable brands meet the same certification the dealer sells, without the dealership markup. Do this instead. Buy oil that clearly shows your engine's required spec and viscosity. Keep the receipt. Use the money you didn't spend on the logo for tires, brakes, or an emergency fund. If you've ever checked the oil cap and the manual for the actual spec, type done. Quick recap. Miracle additives aren't miracle. Switching types is fine when the spec matches, and the dealer logo itself is not magic. We've got 2 myths left. Then you get the actual wallet math and the 700,000 mile habit. Myth number 10, you should always pre-fill the oil filter. Here's the nuance. If your filter mounts vertically, threads up, and you can pour fresh oil in without dumping dirt, pre-filling can help oil pressure come up a little faster on first start. Cool. But if that filter mounts sideways or upside down, pre-filling is how you spill unfiltered oil and whatever dust was on that funnel directly into a clean engine. Do this instead. Always oil the gasket. Spin the filter on by hand until the gasket contacts the housing, then tighten to the filter's printed instruction or the OM torque spec, usually about 3/4 of a turn after contact, but follow the exact guidance. Only pre-fill if the filter mounts vertically, and you can do it clean. Save this for your next service. Myth number 11, synthetic is only for luxury cars. Full synthetic usually holds up better at high temperature and flows faster at cold start, which matters a lot on small turbocharged engines or in extreme climates, as long as it meets the exact spec in your manual. Do this instead. Run oil that meets your engine's required specification. Full synthetic often outperforms in heat and cold, but the spec is not negotiable. Turbo owner, yes or no? Now let's cash the money promise so you can screenshot it. This is an example model you can edit with your own numbers. Assume 15,000 miles per year. Over 5 years, that's 15,000 miles times 5 years equals 75,000 miles total. Scenario A. Let's say the manual severe service oil change interval is 5,000 miles. 75,000 total miles divided by 5,000 miles per change equals 15 oil changes. Assume $60 in oil and a quality filter per change. 15 times $60 equals $900 total in 5 years. Expected big repair risk stays low. Let's call that a 2% chance of a $4,000 top end or timing repair in that window. 2% of $4,000 is 0.0. 2 times $4,000 equals $80 expected risk. $900 plus $80 equals $980 all-in exposure. Scenario B, 75,000 miles divided by 10,000 miles per change is approximately 7.5, round up to 8 oil changes. 8 times $60 equals $480 spent. Looks cheaper? but sludge, heat soak, and fuel dilution add up. Let's say now it's a 20% chance you're buying that same $4,000 repair early. Timing set, turbo, oil control rings, etc. 20% of $4,000 is 0.20 times $4,000 equals $800 expected risk. $480 plus $800 equals $1,280 all-in exposure. Compare those totals. Scenario A, $980. Scenario B, $1,280. $1,280 minus $980 equals $300 more, burned over 5 years on average, plus more downtime, plus resale value hit because you can't prove maintenance. Again, those are example numbers so you can see how lying about severe quietly taxes you. Plug in your mileage, your oil cost, and whatever a major repair runs in your area. If that math just helped you realize you've been calling severe driving normal, tap like so I know to keep doing real cost breakdowns instead of fluffy tips. Here's the 700,000 mile habit. Fleet maintenance records document work trucks surviving past 700,000 miles without a rebuild by doing one boring, unsexy thing. They followed the severe service schedule in the manual every time. Lots of idling? Severe. Lots of towing? Severe. Lots of short, cold trips? Severe. They used oil and filters that met spec, verified level on level ground, torqued the drain plug and filter to spec, logged every change, and kept receipts. No miracle in a bottle, no magic brand loyalty. Just which schedule am I really on? And proof. Your rule starting today, pick normal or severe honestly, write it down and stick to that interval. Before you wrench, quick safety wrap. Let hot components cool. Support the vehicle with jack stands rated for the weight before going underneath. Never trust a jack by itself. Torque the drain plug and filter to the spec in your service manual, not as tight as possible. Make sure the old filter gasket isn't still stuck on the housing. Recycle used oil and filters properly. And always confirm viscosity range, certification chi, and torque specs in your specific owner's manual because engines differ. Subscribe for one quick garage win each week. Next up, 5 warning signs your engine is about to die early. The ones that show up before the big bill hits. Catch those early and you keep thousands in your pocket. Now drop this in the comments. Are you actually normal service or are you secretly severe service? And why? Be honest, your answer is your engine's life expectancy.